when we talk about the statement, you are the sum of your habits, what does it mean? It means na who you are right now is actually a sum of your habits. Kumbaga, lahat ng ginawa mo, lahat ng experience mo, lahat ng pinagdaanan mo sa buhay mo, that's really where it tended to be right now. Kung ano yung ginagawa mo right now. Whether it's career-wise, life-wise, lahat yan may pinanggalingan in the past. Okay? So, it's extracted or extended past or outside pa of trading. For example, you're a religious person. Okay? Saan nagaling yun? Let's say you have a habit of being religious, you like pray, ganun. Pwede ko kasi it came from really, on the past pa. Let's say your parents had the habit of yung always constantly reminding you na, uy, anak, pray tayo, di ba? That could have formulated a habit inside of you na you believed in that sense of, let's say, prayer, di ba? Which actually eventually molded your personality or your inner person as being religious, okay? So, yung mga ganong kinds of habits eventually put you to where you are right now. It's further extracted to a different scenario. Let's say, sa work. Nung bata pa kayo, let's say, lagi ko yung sasabihin na, uy, anak, mag-aaral ka. So you actually created the habit of being yung lagi ka nag-aaral, di ba? So you developed work ethic. And then you took it into work. Let's say, ikaw yung type of person na naging achiever. It could have possibly because you created the habit of being yung taga nag-work ka for your, let's say, status in your work, di ba? So ganun yun. Whether, kung ano man yung nangyari sa inyo, where you are right now, who you are right now, is because of your habits. Even if you don't know it is. Ganun yung nangyari. Okay? So, what does it mean? It means that you are your habits. Okay? Diba? Who we are right now, it's really because of our habits. Diba? Who we are as a person, what you're doing right now, where you are right now. So, let's take it to trading na perspective naman. So, sa trading, it's easy to get obsessed with the result. Diba? Kasi yun na nakikita natin eh. When we see trading, we think about profits, we think about the money, di ba? Obvious naman na almost all of us, doon nagsimula yung interest sa trading. Tama ba? Di ba? We all started with that kind of interest. Doon sa results na pinapakita ng ibang tao. Yung results na pinapakita ng ibang traders, di ba? It's what attracted us to the market. So most of the time, we focused on the results. And it's easy to get obsessed with the results. But, unknown to us, yung results na yun was built by the habits of those traders, of those successful traders. Ang nagiging formula, actually, of the results would be habits and routines. Okay? Ang difference niya is, yung habits, yun yung parang lagi natin ginagawa. Routines is yung naging process na of using different kinds of habits. Okay? So let's say you have a habit of smoking. Kung ang routine mo is after kumain, mag-smoke ka, yun yung difference na. Okay? Routine is how you chain those kinds of habits and actions. Habit is yung habitual mo ginagawa, the action itself. Okay? So, results is actually a product of these two. What you constantly do day in and day out. Okay? Your results is a product of your habits and routines. Now, let's take it further to trading. It means that your trading results is the sum of your trading habits. Okay? So, kung ano yung konsepto with the way we live our life, di ba? It's actually the same thing with what happens to our trading. Lahat ng, di ba sabi ko kanina, hindi mo lang siya napapansin na yung pala, lahat ng ginawa mo maliliit na bagay sa buhay mo, yun actually nag-produce nung who you are right now. So same with trading. The thing is, minsan hindi natin siya malaman or makita kasi siya yung mga maliliit na bagay na nag-pile up kasi you constantly do it day in, day out, which actually produce your trading. Okay? Your trading results is the sum of your trading habits. And dalawa lang yan. You can either have good habits or bad habits, which is kanina diniscuss na, diba, ng mga MC natin, which could then produce only two kinds of results, diba? So, parang ganito yan. You either have good trading habits that produce winning trading results or bad trading habits that produce losing trading results. Kailangan intindihin nyo ito kasi you have to this is a fact. And, diba, but ganito yung structure nun. Diba? Pwede naman sa taas yung habits tapos maging production yung results. So, ibabang natin to dun sa isang favorite na quote ni Kidigat. Diba? So, focus on the roots, not on the fruits. So, parang yung trading habits natin, the good or the bad habits would be the roots that we need to solve. Kaya nga siya, minsan, hindi visible sa atin kasi nakabaon siya. It's deep within ourselves. Okay? So, which actually produce the trading results. which are the fruits. It's either you really just have winning or losing trading results. Walang in between. Okay? Now, before we go into understanding habits more, ang isang usually na problema dyan is it's so difficult, di ba? When you talk about habits. Why is it difficult to talk about habits? Why is it difficult na manipulate or mabago yung habits natin, di ba? Let's look at it in a psychological level. What happens inside of us? Why is it very difficult to have a change in our habits? Okay? It's because of two things that is involved with habits. First is acceptance. Second is change. Okay? So why is it difficult? First is acceptance. The thing is, when we talk about habits, di ba sabi ko kanina, it's very personal. Na at times, inisip ng mga tao na it's an attack on the self. Di ba? Parang, narinig na ba tayo? Parang, ba't mo ako binabago? Di ba? Why are you trying to change? Why are you trying to criticize me? Di ba? In mentoring, one of the most parang important to us is coachability. Sometimes kasi people have this reluctance to accept na, uy, pag sinabi namin na, uy, ito yung bad habit mo, hindi nila matanggap, di ba? Kasi they feel that it's an attack on themselves. Parang, uy, ba't mo sinasabi na, parang you're a bad trader? Ganun eh. So you're having a hard time accepting it. And second is, you have to accept that there's a change that needs to be made. Why is it difficult? Usually kasi, people or traders are in their comfort zone. Okay? Mahirap sobrang baguhin ng habits kasi habits are usually yung mga bagay na madali gawin para sa inyo. In habits, there's routine, there's comfort. Okay? So pag binago mo yun, nawawala yung trader sa comfort zone nila. And that kind of change is hard for them to accept. Okay? So, yung ganong klaseng bagay, nagkakaroon ng clash sa emotions ng trader. Madami na ako na-coach sa ganito eh. Yung iba sa kanila, tanggap nila na parang they constantly read about yung mga intangibles, di ba? They read about this. Tapos pagka-consult sa akin, sir, ba't hindi ko magbago? Sabi ko siguro hindi mo pinapaniwalaan na kailangan mo magbago. Di ba? Matigas yung ulo mo. Di ba? Because it's really convenient to do kung ano yung nakaranasan mo. Di ba? Again, it's comforting. Let's say, gusto mo lang mag-trade. It's very comfortable to just trade kasi you feel the thrill of trading. Di ba? But if it becomes a bad habit of yours, you need to cut that off. Okay? So, itong dalawang bagay na to, yung malaking hindrance sa mga traders para mag-gusto ng habits. They need to be able to accept that they need to make changes to be able to become better traders. So again, ibang level to eh. When you accept something, pinapasok mo siya sa core mo. Kasi iba yung naririnig mo lang eh. If someone feeds you the information, di ba? Minsan, gagabas ka sa kabilang tenga natin. Okay? But if you accept it, it means that you really want to change. You really plan to create action plans na susundan mo. Okay? So, ibang level na, deeper level na, pag sabi mong acceptance, tinatanggap mo na. Okay? So again, what we said kanina, it's a declaration. Yun yung sabi dun sa isang book ng T. Harv Eker na, it's powerful kasi you're declaring na gagawin mo siya. It's something that sinabi mo na sa universe na, oy, magbabago na ako. Finally, after all the things that have happened to me, after seeing the results that is happening based on my habits, I need to change it. Kasi nga, di ba? Your habits will produce your results. Okay? So again, tanggapin nyo na kailangan nyo talaga magbago. If you don't, if you're reluctant, nothing will change. So, now we discussed na kailangan natin magbago, di ba? So, what needs to be changed, di ba? Two things lang yan, di ba? It's either good or bad habits. So, for the good habits part, ang tanong naman dun is, what did I do right? Okay? And this can be changed to a statement na, what did they do right? Pwedeng, leveraging on other people, other traders, other mentors, people who you can learn from. What are their good habits? So, for example, dun sa mga workshop ni Cap, he'll talk about yung best practices ng processes, di ba? Tapos, same din, I'll be actually having a workshop. I'll be discussing as well yung mga best practices sa trader that other people can leverage from. Okay? So, ganun eh. You need to be able to know what you did right para mag-improve na gagawin siyang habit. Okay? There's a form of self-reflection, self-awareness. Okay? Later, I'll discuss how we can go down to this level of detail. And then next would be, what did I do wrong? Okay? So, ano yung constantly mong ginagawang mali in your trading journey, in your trading? You need to really know these facts. Okay? Sige, so let's break this down further. So the key para magaman yung dalawang bagay yon would really be journaling. Journaling provides a methodology, a process for traders to be self-aware. You need to be self-aware of what you're doing right. Diba kanina yun, as I said, ibig sabihin baka nahirapan kasi you're not aware of what you're doing right. And you need to be self-aware of what you're doing wrong para nga magkaroon kayo ng corrective action. Okay? Now, the thing is, itong journaling na to, it's very underrated. Most of the time, paspasan na siya ginagawa ng mga tao or traders, and then most of the time, it lacks details for you to improve as a trader. On the very high level of it, ang very common na nakikita ko lang sa mga journal ng mga traders is yung technicals, di ba? So they just talk about, let's say, dito ako pumasok sa price level na to, dito ako nag-exit. And then that's that. Yung ganun actually, very easy lang yung to troubleshoot, di ba? If you just check saan ka nag-enter, saan ka nag-exit. That's actually very easy to check. Pero, yung reasoning behind why you enter that level or how you enter that level, what was your state of mind when entering, same with exiting, that's something that's underrated in terms of journaling. Kasi minsan, mas magagang pa yung root ko sa kailangan mong isolve. Okay? So, ito muna. I'm not sure if you've read the book Power of Habit. So, ito yung nidiscuss din, di ba? Yung 3 R's, the reminder or the cue, the routine, and the reward. Okay. So, ang maganda when you're reading yung mga self-help or yung, let's say, mga psychology books is that some of those processes, ideas, you can actually take it and apply it to trading. Okay. For example, itong 3 R's na to, it's something that I use to further probe into my trading process. Kumbaga, ito yung way ko para aralin kung ano yung mga nangyayari sa trading process ko. Okay. Sige, I'll give examples. Ito kasi yung reminder, routine, and reward. Pwede nyo pa itong i-further detail in terms of your journal. Ang tawag dito is yung bantayan nyo yung BEH nyo, BH. Would be behavior, emotions, and habits. Okay? So, yung behavior and emotions, these are actually our reminders and cues. Okay? And then yung habits, pasok yan under our routine. And then reward, inya. So, let's give examples para mas mag-iintindihan nyo. For example, commonly, ang reward dyan is all about yung the money, di ba? That's why we got into trading. Sige. So, example, want to take a trade. That's your reward, di ba? Ano yung trigger mo for taking the trade? Let's say, let's probe it further. Ang problema mo is FOMO, fear of missing out, di ba? So, ang reward mo dun is hindi pa yung pera. Minsan, it's just yung itch, di ba? The itch to trade. Kailangan mo siyang matrade eh. That's your reward. Gusto mong makamot yung itch na matrade. Isang setup. Now, ano yung nagiging reminder dun? You need to check further eh. Was there a trigger for that kind of behavior? Na-FOMO ako kasi nakita ko yung post ng isang trader. That's your reminder. That was a behavior that you did. Diba? Na may ginagawa ka eh. Let's say you're just going through Facebook. That could have been the cue. The reminder that for you to do this. And then emotions. Yun na, may mo-feel ka na emotions eh. Your emotion could have been you feel na, uy, kailangan ko ito sakyan. There was greed coming in. So, journaling these kinds of details gives you further insight paano mo i-improve yung trading. Kasi dalawang bagay lang yung sinasabi nila eh. You can either eliminate yung mga triggers na yun or replace yung habit or yung routine. So, balikan natin yung further sa FOMO. Kung ang nakita mo na, sige, note mo na sa journal mo, di ba? Naging behavior or yung trigger ng FOMO mo is yung Facebook. You can cut off that source. Close all your, let's say, messaging systems, di ba? Close all your social media sites para ma-lessen yung ano na yun, reminder or yung cue na yun. Kung hindi mo maiwasan and then change the habit. Let's say, ang nangyari nga is, pag nakita mo yung ganong klaseng cue, may nag-post na chart, di ba? Na FOMO ka or may nag-message sa'yo na, pare, gumigipad itong stock na to. Na-trigger na yung habit mo na bumili or haphazardly planning. Instant mo pinlano kasi nga, yun yung nakasanayan mo na. Kasi it's gonna be easy kasi you're thinking about the reward na, uy, pwede ako magka-gains. Ganun, di ba? You change it. Let's say, anong nangyari is, sige, ganito. Pag may nag-message sa akin, ang gagawin ko is, I'll just paper trade it instead. So, ginawa mo, yun yung bago mong habit. Again, yun kasi yung dalawang pwede mong pagitan eh. It's either you eliminate in terms of the cues, the reminders, or you change what you do, yung routine or habit mo when it comes to that. Again, very important na include nyo to sa journal nyo. Okay? These parang underrated yung behaviors, emotions, and habits. Sige, bigay pa tayo ng sample. For example, ang nangyari is revenge trading, yung bad habit mo. Ang reward dun is parang yung feeling na nakaganti ka sa stock. Diba? Kasi again, at the highest level, baka usually tiniisip nyo lang is parang laging rewards yung titin ng mga tao. Pero minsan, mas malalim pa yung cost nun. If you can actually further detail it. So yun, for example, sa revenge trading, yung thought na, uy, mababawian ko stock na to. Pwedeng yun yung nag-fuel sa'yo na reward. Okay? So, pwede ang trigger mo dun is yung anger, yung emotion na habit. So, either you cut that off. Pag naramdaman mo yun, pwedeng, uy, may purge muna akong gagawin. Or you can reflect on it sa journal mo. Okay? So again, it's an underrated part of journaling, yung pagtingin nito. Now, let's say, pagkita naman natin dun sa mga best practices naman. Let's say, journal mo siya, yung winning trades mo, nakita mo na, ang behavior mo dun or ang emotion mo dun would be, you were confident in the trade. Napansin mo, lahat ng winning trades ko, uy, confident ako. Why was I confident? Was there a reminder or routine that triggered that of confidence? So, nag-probe deeper ka. Your reward was, you won that trade, di ba? You check further. Naging routine ko pala dun is I was prepared. Di ba? I had this kind of trading plan na ginawa ko on the weekend. I did not do it on the day itself. It's data for you na sasabi mo, ito yung pala yung good habit that produces winning results. Di ba? So, ganun it's very easy to journal things on a technical level. Pero, how you executed those technicals, di ba? It's actually boils down to yung gandong level of parang intangibles mo as a trader. And again, it's very underrated. At least, pag nakita mo to, you see na, ito yung mga strengths that I need to constantly be working on, constantly be doing. And these are the habits that I need to be removing. Okay? So, clear naman yun. If you haven't incorporated it into the journal, try nyo lang. I'm sure, based on what I've seen with our students, ang laki na naging improvement nila. Kasi it increases your self-awareness. Usually kasi, yung traders, napakababaw ng self-awareness nila. It's a level that you want to aspire for if you want to be serious about trading. Na very automatic na yung identity nyo as a trader kasi it's embedded as a habit. Okay? So ganun. You have to be able to reach that level of confidence as well as personality in trading.